someone who's 9 to 5.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to be making sacrifices. Can you roll with that?
That part. Right.
Okay. Now, if you're telling me, oh, that's me all day, it is? Okay. That's
Right.
a big check mark.
Yeah.
That's a tremendous. Listen, not only that, let me tell you something else about my plans financially.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to make some sacrifices there too.
Right.
What that means is that I'm going to get money coming in,
Mhm.
but I'm not going to be spending that money like that. I'm not,
Right.
because I'm going to take a portion of that money. I'm going to pour it into my business to expand my business, to create that foundation that my
Right.
business can stand, so that it can go beyond a certain time frame,
Mhm.
that 1 year mark, that 5 year mark that you need to pass in order for your business to survive. I'm asking her, listen, you hear what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, what about, hello, Sassy, hello, Tina. Um, now, okay, so now you understand that we ain't gonna give into our impulses and go
Mhm.
buying stuff that we want. We ain't
Right.
gonna be worrying about what other people's opinions are about where we stand socially and financially,
Right.
because we're gonna focus on taking this excess money when there's excess. And after we did what we needed to do with the business, we're now gonna invest the rest, because we're gonna increase our financial disposition
Right.
or position. We're going to increase our financial position,
Mhm.
because I want to be at a certain level where I can say, okay, you want to buy a car? Now we could do it. Because not only can we use that money for that, but there'll still be more money coming in behind all that.
Exactly.
So we will create but did you hear what I said? I said sacrifice. Do
Mhm.
you understand what that word means? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm with it. So what are you with exactly? Are you with the final outcome? Are you
Yeah.
going to start living right away when we're supposed to be on sacrifice mode? Are you going to start living right away, like
Right.
we're at the opposite end of that journey?
Right.
Because if you are, then we're not on the same page.
Right.
So what are you telling me? Are you deceiving me because you're looking at the end of the rainbow?
Right.
Hey, JC, good evening.
Mhm.
So what exactly? So now, if you're telling me yes, 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 and we get into a relationship, I haven't mentioned the word marry yet,
Right.
because once you marry, you're locked into something that you, as a man, you already know you can get tore up from the floor up.
Yeah.
Your whole financial future's out the window,
Yeah. Literally.
right? I'm not
Yeah.
making that up.
All right. You're right.
If anybody knows my personal situation prior to my divorce from the evil one, because she was evil.
Mhm.
Hey, Golden Plush, let me tell you something. I was at a place where you wouldn't be able to believe it. You wouldn't be able to believe it. I was working. I had a state job.
Mhm.
I had I was a stockbroker, state job, owned a real estate property,
Mhm.
multifamilies,
Mhm.
and I had my CDL. For 5 years straight, I was working an average of 93 hours a week. Listen, I was going after that money.
Right.
I was not playing.
Right.
And it's all gone with one divorce, the evil one. Gone.
Mm.
Listen, to work 93 hours a week on average, that's 2 full-time jobs and a part-time on a
Yeah.
weekly basis.
Yeah.
Okay? To build what I had. I was going to retire by the age of maybe 50.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for homes in the Caribbean and in Central America.
Nice.
Okay? Mansions, not little huts.
Right.
And it all went to shit. All of it. And she was evil. And I'm not, and when I tell, a matter of fact, I don't even have to say no more. All I have to do is refer everybody here to a movie. It's called Gone Girl. Gone Girl. Go see Gone Girl. There's only one thing, and there were threats of death in this also, not from my end, from her end. As a matter of fact, her aunt called me while I was at a business trip in Dominican Republic, and she told me, listen, when you get back, you need to be careful. You need to be careful because I heard her talking on the phone with somebody. I don't know who the hell she was talking to, but she was trying to figure out how to have you killed without leaving any evidence.
Wow.
What? She attempted to poison my son, my oldest. Yeah. Listen, when I say she's evil, she is evil.
Oh my goodness.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. She did so many things. It was just insane. Hi, Tiffs.
Shout out to everybody that just joined in the chat. I see y'all. I appreciate y'all for stopping through.
Yeah, and at any moment, if you want to address any of the people that are coming in from your end, you go right ahead.
That's wild.
Yeah, man. Listen. So no, that was not her blood child. Hook it up. That was my son from a previous relationship. And I was raising her sons. And the crazy part was that she was lying to her kid's father until one day I told, listen, this ends right now. You better make arrangements. I don't care. I will take those boys to go see their father. You've been lying to that man for years and talking trash about him. She would receive phone calls from him so that he could talk to her sons, and she would not allow it, and then tell her sons that he never calls. I said, what? What are you doing? What are you doing? That's not right.
Right. Damn.
So I was so angry about that.
Yeah.
That I said, nah. I drove them down there so they could see their father. Yeah, the father was crying. The father was hugging up on his sons, crying.
That's evil as hell, man.
That's evil, man. And listen, this woman was literally telling me that she wishes my mother's death. Literally. She would tell me that.
See?
And my mother had cancer. When my mother passed, and I was at the wake, there was a specific picture that we used for the wake. I don't know how this evil woman got that picture, but she got the picture and she sent the message on my phone with that picture and laughing.
Jeez.
Laughing at my mother's death. Bro, are you serious? And it was all deception. Crazy part is, my niece knew her. That's how I got to meet her. My niece knew her. Before I got married to her, I went to both my nephew and my niece, and I said, because what she presented was the total deception, man. Right. Total deception. I asked them, and my niece knew her very well. She knew her history because she revealed her history to her. It was disgusting. But when I went and I asked my niece and my nephew, hey, I'm thinking about getting serious with this woman. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something, Elevated. We went into that court to get married,
Right.
justice of the peace. When I walked out of there, this is not even an exaggeration. I'm looking around to see who the hell is standing next to me. The change was immediate. She immediately started insulting me. We haven't walked out of the courtroom yet. Not the courtroom, the court building. We haven't even walked out of there yet. Insulting. I'm looking at her like, who the hell is this? Yo, you want to talk about deception? Total deception. Yo, church, going to church every Sunday when I met her. Going to church every Sunday. When I went to go meet her at her house, at her apartment, the boys were very respectful, clean. The house is clean. She was cooking, great cook. Dressed down. That impressed me because she didn't dress up to meet me.
Right.
So, because I got to think about that, women dressing up to meet people. I get, my defenses are up.
I get it.
So she didn't do that. Hi, Yvette.
What's up, Yvette?
Hi, the boss way. So what I was presented when I first met her was something completely different after I married her. Completely different. It was crazy. Gone Girl, y'all. Go see the movie Gone Girls. And there's one exception, because in Gone Girls, the personality that Ben Affleck is playing, he actually cheated on his wife, which I didn't. But all the other crazy stuff that happened, oh, hell yeah. Hey, Candy K.
What's up, Candy K?
Your favorite creators, huh? Redpill. Okay, something, not exactly, but I got Elevated here to help me with that because it is a process. Wow, Tara Destroyer, my boyfriend's testicles were bitten off by a camel recently. Should I marry him?
What?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's important.
What?
So should I marry him when he wakes up from his coma, or marry his identical twin brother whose testicles are in pretty good shape? Listen, marry the twin brother. That was an easy one. There you go. Hey, some people have, It doesn't end there. Apparently, a gerbil is trapped in my boyfriend's butt. Okay, wow. Hey, that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, we gotta.
So Elevated. That could you consider that one of the ultimate deceptions right there?
Yeah. So a lot of people, they have their representative. The person that they feel like that you want, and that deception was crazy. You said you didn't even get out of the courthouse building.
No,
we would have turned right back around, and we would have ripped that certificate up right there,
immediately, right
there, like, because I'm thinking she felt like, once she really locked in with you, like, on a marriage level, now she was good. I would have got into Noman so dang fast.
Yeah. And listen, I was scratching my head. And there were a couple of nights where, like I said, I was working on average 93 hours a week. So you can imagine how exhausted I was.
Right.
So while I'm in bed, I'm so tired that it's hard for me to fall asleep. Mom of 3, how are you? And she would be, hey, Yolanda. She would be in my ear repeating my name over and over again. So I would ask, what? Right? That would be the normal thing to do, right?
Right.
If your lady was next to you and she goes, elevated.
Right.
You're gonna say what?
Yeah, what do you want? Right.
Exactly. And she would say nothing. So when she would wait till I was just about to fall asleep and start up with my name again, and she would do this over and over again, like some kind of psychological torture.
Ain't no way,
bro. And she was doing some stuff that I seriously thought that, okay, and what I'm about to say is not an exaggeration from my behalf. I was not. I had my doubts about whether or not she was a human being. Right. I thought that she was either an extraterrestrial or some kind of demon, straight up.
Yeah, for real.
Some kind of demon, straight up. Because there were things beyond that. What I just told you.
Yeah.
There was some crazy sci-fi shit that had gone on that left me bugging out. Like, how the hell?
Hey, the boss way said you need to write a book and name it Evil. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And let me tell you something. I made the attempt. I initiated the divorce several times. Didn't work. Why not? I told these people at the court, hey, coach.
What up, coach?
Richie J's here too. I warned the court. I said, listen, you can't send the court date and all that to the house.
Mm.
You got to send it to my what do you call that? The post whatever.
PO box.
Yeah, my PO box. You got to send it to my PO box because if she gets her hands on it, she's going to destroy it. I'm not going to know when I'm supposed to go to court. Nothing. Nope. Right. Got to go to your house. I said, listen, I just finished explaining to you. Listen. Yeah, remember, Coach? We spoke about that.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see y'all.
And
go ahead.
Sorry. And oh my God. Money, I kept paying time after time.
Mm-hmm.
After the third time, I said, forget it. I'm just gonna die with the evil one. Well, it finally, and she made several attempts to have me arrested for, what do you call that?
DV, domestic violence.
Domestic, yeah. AJ, BFF, hey. So, yeah, for domestic. One time, check this out. And Elevator, I want to give you a chance to talk. I'm sorry.
But
check this out. This was the craziest because I was about 2 miles away. Mm-hmm. I was driving from something I was doing. It could have been a mortgage. It could have been with a client for stocks, whatever the case was. But I had to go home, stop by, grab my uniform so I can go to work for the state.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the driveway. Oh, and I grabbed some of my personal stuff just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I'm going to tell you right now, from the time I walked up the stairs to the time I grabbed all my stuff and left and went down to the car, it must have taken no more than 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm not kidding. Mm-hmm. I just grabbed real quick. Hey, Trisha Nicole, grabbed it real quick, went downstairs, went in the car. I start the car, and this woman is walking up the driveway. She ain't got a car. I saw her 2.5 miles away entering the pharmacy. I know she didn't see me because from where I was, I'm on the road with a bunch of cars next to me, behind me, in front of me, all that.
Right.
And right, Candy K, spiritual wickedness is real. So when I turn that car on, and what does she do? She stays right in front of the car, walking toward me. She puts a hand on the hood. Because if I take off, I know exactly what she's going to do. She's going to throw herself on the floor.
Yep.
And scream. Talking about I try to run her over. She goes to the door to the passenger side, hands on the car, opens the door, sits down, and starts with the nonsense. I don't respond. I know women hate when you don't talk, but in this case, I thought it was the best thing I could do. Because talking would have it just No.
Right.
So I'm starting to pull forward and I'm telling her, listen, please, I have to go to work. This is the type of job that you can't be late 1 second.
Right.
So I'm pulling forward, please. I need to go to work. That's how we all eat, okay? Because she doesn't make money outside the house.
Mm.
She did give birth to 2 of my children. Let me tell you something. The way she wound up getting pregnant was absolutely crazy. You wouldn't even believe it, right? Because she threatened me that I would lose all my licenses, lose everything if I didn't do the horizontal mambo with her. Believe it or not.
What in the world?
Yeah. Yes.
What?
Yes. She would threaten me, and then she made sure that she was on top. And if I attempted to push,
You couldn't. Yeah. Oh man.
that was not an option. I'm telling you, wicked and evil. Look. And then, hey, girl, dad. Yeah, Tiff. Yo, Tiff, that's exactly what she said. I gotta give up the D. If I didn't, and I better climax inside.
Candy K said, "Wicked is she stole your good parts."
Yeah, that's how crazy it was. That's how crazy. Evil. And so check this. Yeah, so I had two children. Let me tell you something. And this is I'm sitting in the parking lot of a strip mall when I got the news that she was pregnant.
And
I started crying. And those weren't tears of joy.
I bet.
I was crying.
Hey, did anybody else think he was gonna say he was in the parking lot of a strip club? Or it was just me?
Oh, yo! It didn't even dawn on me. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, this is a cautionary tale, Candy.
Yeah,
this is a cautionary tale because Elevator was talking about his approach to Redpill, right? For lack of a better term.
Right.
And he's talking about how he wants the young men to understand what the pitfalls are, what the red flags are.
Mm-hmm.
So I started talking about what happened to me with the evil one, which is, and there's so much more stuff that went on. Oh my God. Listen, it'll take hours for me to go through everything that I can remember.
You need to make a documentary or something.
I have to do something with that because that's crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, when people talk about battered women, I understand what being battered is. I understand it 100%.
Me too.
Because I didn't want to lose everything I built throughout the year. Understand? I come from the ghetto. I was raised in the ghetto.
I get it. Yep.
I've had a gun in my face several times, and the barrel was pointing at me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still alive. I made it out of that nonsense. I had my firstborn. He was born in the hood. I did not want to raise him in the hood.
Yeah.
I took him out of the hood. I'm talking to his mother on the phone. I'm listening. Yeah, God is trying to tell me something. Listen, I'm talking to my son's mother. My son was only a few months old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to her on the phone. Understand, our background is surrounded with an enormous amount of violence.
All right.
My ex's brother was incarcerated for murder since he was 14 years old. She's got a line of uncles that they're disasters because they listen, when you live in a project in the Bronx and nobody dares to mess with you, that's saying something. Those were her uncles. Her uncles will put you in a box quick.
Yeah.
My son is only months old. We're at my mother-in-law's house. Bang, bang, bang. I'm looking out the window. This car is drifting into a lamppost on the corner because they shot and unalived the driver.
Wow.
And a few minutes later, doom, 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 on the door. Somebody's knocking on the door. Hey, so the mother-in-law goes over to the door, opens the door. Hey, how you doing? Was that you? Yeah, that was me. Oh, okay. You hungry? Like it's all right.
Wow.
Like it's all right.
Wow.
I got my friend, this is the type of environment that I wanted to get my son out of.
Right.
I got my homeboy sitting in the passenger seat with me. I'm driving. Stop, pull up. Whoa, what is it? Hold on, let me just unalive this chick and we can keep it moving. I look at the chick. Nope, we're not doing that. No, why not, man? Just let me out. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about that. I know her. I know her husband. Her husband is my homeboy from my other neighborhood. I can't let you do that. Oh man, come on, man. That ain't nothing, man. Just let me out. Let me take her out. So no, I don't want my son in that environment. I'm talking to his mother on the phone. Hey, blah blah blah. We're talking. All of a sudden, she stops talking, and I hear the shooting in the background. I don't know if she's hit. She's on the floor. Finally, when they're done, he comes up. No, I won't get indicted for any of this stuff, BFF. But by the way, that guy that came over to my mother-in-law's house and all that, he's unalive. Some people finally caught up with him and smoked him on the street while he's walking with his wife and his kids. They rolled up and smoked him.
Yeah,
all right, be good. 6.2.
Later, Bic. Appreciate it.
All right, Bic. So I'm no, I don't want my son in that environment. So she finally gets back on the phone after the shootout is all done and over with. But that's common where I grew up. New York Times wrote a piece on one of the neighborhoods I lived in, right? At the time that I was living there, in 1 square mile, covered by the 46th precinct, for 3 years straight, we were number 1 in homicides for the entire country in 1 square mile.
Damn.
They were taking people out on the regular. Yes, BFF, it is sad, but it is regular shit where we grew up because BFF is from there too. BFF knows. So I did not want to raise my son in that environment. I survived it. Don't know how I did. Don't know how my brother survived it either. Well, I do know because he wound up going to college, becoming a doctor, getting into the army, all that other good stuff. But for me, I was there till I was 30, 31. It was ridiculous. So now I'm in a new area. I'm in a new state. And I decided, okay, I'm going to put my foot down and I'm going to go and get as much as I can out of life.
All right.
For my son's and dude, got a state job, got a CDL, Got my Series 7. For those who don't know, the Series 7 is what you need to get to become a stockbroker. Um, mortgage originator. You know, I piled up a lot of my portfolio was looking delicious.
All right.
Hard work, lots of sacrifice, but it was delicious. And then comes the evil one.
Yeah, threatening to have all of that taken from
all of that.
Man.
Take it away, Elevator. Take it away.
Listen, man. You saw the red flags, bro.
Bro.
You saw the red flag.
I lived it. I lived the red flag.
When we signed our marriage certificate and you flipped immediately,
that was it.
You thought everything was gonna get better after that, man?
Yes, I did. You're right. I thought things were gonna get. You're absolutely right, Elevated. I thought this was just, I don't know, maybe a moment.
No. Oh, like you thought it was just a mood swing?
Yeah. I thought it was a mood swing. That mood lasted a long time.
It swung all right, but it didn't return back. Yeah, man.
This woman was evil, man. My nephew and niece were living on the floor beneath us in one of our properties.
Right.
She was flooding the apartment deliberately.
Wow.
To mess with my nephew and niece. My niece got mad at her because she didn't like her conduct in front of her man while she was pulling up her shirt so she can expose herself to my nephew.
What in the world?
I get a phone call from my friend whose son hangs out at the house across the street. Mm-hmm. My friend is asking me what's wrong with my woman. I asked why. Because she's standing in front of the window with her tits out showing her son and her son's friend. By that time, I was already deep.
Right.
And all my licenses, everything, they were all in peril.
Yeah, I get it. I get that.
I didn't want to lose any. Listen, if she was out there wilding out, getting piped from other plumbers,
so be it, right?
So be it, because I was building an empire.
Mm-hmm.
I was building an empire.
Hey, so real quick, DSW said, I have a question. Why we picked the wrong person to procreate with? I mean, it happens, you know, it's part of the learning curve.
Oh, repeat that. I lost you.
It's like, why do we pick the wrong person to procreate with? I said,
okay,
it's part of the learning curve. You know, it's not like we know this person was bad. We could only go off of the vibe that they give us at the time. And, you know, again, that's people with their mask on a lot of the times.
The mask. But you know what? Elevated. I asked my niece whether there was a mask or not. Mm-hmm. She acted like there was no mask. My niece and my nephew, my blood.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to be on anybody's side, mm-hmm. It's supposed to be with your family. It's supposed to be with your family. So why are you covering for the evil one?
I'm not.
Knowing her history.
Right.
She knew her history. Why are you covering?
I was going to ask you that. But okay, she knew exactly how she was. Your niece knew
exactly how she was.
That's messed up on your niece's part. Like, That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah, Jay, you get to see my face now for the first time, huh?
So what's good, Rodney?
Hey,
Lafitte,
Rodney.
I didn't speak to you, but how you doing? DSW said, but we see the red flags and we still do it.
No,
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
case, before I went into the justice of the peace, what
Mhm.
I was presented was something completely different. That's what I was presented. And it's not like I met her one day and then the next day, hey, let's get married. No. I engaged with this woman with this facade for a whole year. She kept up this facade for a whole year.
Mm.
After I got married, oh, by the way, my mother did time for unaliving her man. Really?
Okay.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, well, thanks for letting me know.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, and I discovered a bunch of stuff about her, her sisters, her mom. Crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And my niece knew all this. But
Yeah.
all this came out after the wedding, after the marriage. Stuff that should have been told to me before
Right.
wasn't revealed till after. Are you kidding me?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of red flag to find in a woman who goes to church, goes to work, and when she's home, the apartment is clean, the children are clean, the children are respectful.
That facade is crazy.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah, I mean, you got bombarded, man. I don't know how else to say it.
Listen.
What's good, King Explicit? Shout out
What's
to you.
up, King? Listen. I had my tenants from the first floor, the woman, come upstairs
Yeah.
and mother F me to no end. I'm looking at her like, what the hell is this woman talking about?
Mm-hmm.
She's complaining about my wife, the evil one. Want to know why? Yeah, because that would make it more interesting if I told you.
Nah.
Look, she would go downstairs with the tightest shorts and this cutoff shirt, get up on a ladder and start painting while their kitchen door is open and the dude, her husband, is sitting right there, and he's getting all the goods. So when his wife walked in and saw what was going on,
Mm-hmm.
she ran upstairs and she let me have it. Like, she's acting like I sent her down there to do that.
But
Yeah.
that don't need. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh.
And when she wanted to whoop her ass.
I bet.
When I went upstairs, when I went downstairs to go check on something, when I went back upstairs, this woman went back down to her apartment. And when I went upstairs, I went to ask her son, hey, what was your mom wearing earlier?
Mm-hmm.
When he went to go get it, like magic, this woman appeared, went straight to her son. Apparently, she heard what I asked him.
Mm-hmm.
And she started screaming and threatening him and all kinds of crazy shit. He had what she was wearing in his hand. He didn't want him to bring it out. You could see where she ate her breakfast through her shorts. That's
Damn.
how tight that shit was. Yeah.
Damn.
You know?
Yeah. So Tips Take said, do you think that she kept up the facade because it was something that she truly did want, but once she got it, she realized that she wanted something different?
She was after the money.
That's it.
That's all. She was after the money.
But even with that, she's trying to become financially whatever, secure, whatever. But
right,
she wouldn't even let you sleep, and you working 93 hours a damn week.
No, because there was no rhyme or reason to how she went about things. She was just evil. She didn't give a damn. This was crazy. So I had an insurance policy. I forget how much it was, 5 million or something like that. And of course, her name was on it as the beneficiary, but I changed it. So by law, I had to leave her on there, but 1%, and the other 99% was going to go to my son. I don't know how she discovered that, but she found out, and the threats were off the scale, off the chain. She started watching. There was a series. I don't know if it was HBO. I forget where it was. She started watching this series of Black Widow wives. You know, women who unalive their husbands, and she would record it.
That sounds like some Lifetime stuff.
Evil.
All right, so I got a question, Rich. Why didn't you go and get an exorcism for her?
Exorcism? Listen, I think the priest would have been unalived if he would have came. Yeah. I think, and this is crazy. I learned more about Christianity through her than any That's the thing, though. The evil one knows the Bible front to back and back to front.
Yeah, that's true.
She's evil. She knew things about Christianity that blew my mind. When I looked into it, she was accurate. Stuff that you would never learn in church.
Hey, listen, man, the devil was an angel at one point in time.
Yeah, and he had his minions. She's one of them. She's one of Satan's minions, or she might be Satan himself. I don't know. Yeah.
No, that's not Lifetime. That's Investigation Discovery.
Okay.
My bad, Tim. You got something you need to tell us?
Come on up if you want to. Hey, I pinned the link, so if anybody wants to come up, they're free to come up. Elevated, man.
Yeah, man.
Keep doing your job. Keep letting these young men know. Because if that's what you're doing, if what you're doing is what you told me you were doing, yes, please don't let them fall. Well, it's hard not to fall into the situation I was in, because the acting, the facade, it was just too good.
Right.
It would never have happened if my nephew and niece, my own blood, would have been straight up and just said, listen, this is what she's really all about. We'll let you make the decision, but we want you to know the fine print on the contract,
right?
The fine print that nobody reads. They just sign the damn thing. Yeah. This is what's on the fine print. Okay. After we tell you, you decide what you want to do. Hell no, I would have married that woman had I known.
Yeah.
No way.
All right, so Richard, Rodney said why he stayed so long. We went through,
Oh, because of my because of my portfolio, because of everything I built.
mm-hmm.
I built and I built all this stuff and continue building after I married her. So there were some things that I built that under no circumstance did I just want to let it go. It was too hard work. The work was just too damn hard to get what I got. I'm from the hood, man. I don't have these things.
Right.
I had to struggle. I went to court. I faced a judge 3 times and won all 3 times.
3 times. Damn.
And won. Did I have to sit around in the worst environment possible, going through bullpen therapy and all that other nonsense? Yes.
Yeah.
But I fought, even though, and the last case they were threatening me with 25 to life. And I said, I'm not taking an offer from anybody.
No plea deal, right?
No plea deals. Let's fight this. And I won.
Damn.
To get past those three situations in front of a judge. I remember the second time I was in front of the judge, the prosecutor made me look like I was one of the FBI's most wanted. And it was over a nonsense what do you call that charge? They claimed I stole the car. Grand larceny. Nonsense grand larceny. That wasn't even true. But you know how it is when you're black and you're in the hood. Just snatch them up. Some people can't handle bullpen therapy. Some people crack. Some people take the pleas.
Right.
But that stays on your record.
Right.
I refused.
I get it.
You wanna convict me of something? Come through with the evidence. If you ain't got it, which I know they didn't.
Right.
You ain't getting a plea out of me. So that's the reason why I was able to get a state job. And then from the state job, everything just started coming one after another. Hard work. You think taking the Series 7 exam is easy? That's a 6-hour exam. You got to get you can't have bad credit.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have any any short sales on any property. You can't have any bankruptcies. Yeah, you can't have nothing. You get fingerprinted. Mm-hmm. You get processed. Homeland Security checks you out.
Mm-hmm.
In order for you to be a stockbroker, you got to go through all that. And you got to take that damn 6-hour exam. Man, listen, I was dizzy after I got out. They got cameras all over the place.
Right.
I came out of there dizzy. Those questions were hard as hell. Because it's multiple choice, but the answers are so close.
So similar, yeah.
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 And you get the results right there. When I went to the monitor, the person who monitors the exam, mm-hmm. I told them what station I was at, and I had to sit there and wait. Those few seconds that I had to wait felt like years. When they told me I passed, oh my God, I wanted to cry right there. I wanted to cry.
Yeah.
I wanted to cry. And to go through all that,
mm-hmm.
and have to give all that up, mortgage originator. Oh, I had to get an insurance license also, a life insurance license, because in order for you to sell certain financial products like what do you call these damn things, annuities, In order
Okay.
for you to sell annuities, you have to have a life insurance license,
Okay.
because annuities are a hybrid of uh, insurance plus investment products.
Okay.
Listen, to go through all that, my CDL,
All right.
all that stuff, to build the portfolio that I had. What? To just walk away from all that? No, I don't think so. I don't think that would have been for me. I wasn't trying to do that.
Hey, what's good, Cali? What's good, Looney? Anybody else I missed?
Hi, Looney. Hi, Callie. Yeah. After
Yeah,
getting out of the hood
I get it. I get it.
to do all that, and then to have somebody completely sidetrack you, completely take you out the game like that. Well, I wound up having to get out of the game anyway, because after the divorce, I lost everything. She
Yeah.
didn't get any of it though, but I wasn't able to keep mine. I can't. Now that's one thing I can't um divulge about how that happened specifically.
Okay, right.
Yeah, but she didn't get any of it. She was mad as hell. She was expecting that. She was expecting all of that. She was already calculating.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
Hey, Tina. Yeah.
Backbone. That's
Okay. So, do I understand where you're coming from, Elevated? I think I do.
yeah, man. Shoot. I thought I done been through some things.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Crazy. The evil one. Evil. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I don't know how old Callie is. Callie, how old are you, man? Callie don't know about the people I grew up with. DSW does. Oh, how she was raised? Okay, so she was raised in Puerto Rico.
That
But
shit told you right there.
right? Listen, you know what? No, Elevated. You know what? I gotta say, I've been in many relationships with Puerto Rican women, and let me tell you, you got to be careful.
There's a common theme there.
There's a common theme.
Yeah.
You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Callie. Thank you for writing it out. I'm not going to say it, but thank you for writing it out. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's a reality. That's a reality. Listen, I was born on that island, but I ain't going to front. I'll tell anybody, listen, try finding something else, please. Make an outstanding effort to look somewhere else, please. Because, hey, it's unfortunate, but that's what it is.
Right.
That's what it is. My wife from Albany houses, Crown Heights. Oh my God, in Brooklyn. You from Brooklyn, Cali? Yeah, she's wild. I can understand that. Yeah. Okay, she's an exception, DS. She's an exception. But I'm gonna tell you right now. Oh my goodness, listen.
Don't get on her bad side.
Oh, look, and it's easy. That's an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
To get on their bad side, real easy. Yeah. No, man. Cali, DS knows these people. So, you know, I grew up with people like Lenny and his brother. we used to play football together. They made a they made a crew, because that's what they were called at that time.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't called gangs; they were called crews. Okay, so they made up a crew known as the Red Top Crew in the South Bronx, and they nicknamed themselves the Cowboys. So in the press, they were called the Wild Cowboys. They made a book about them and everything. Yeah, they were supposed to make a movie about them.
Okay.
During court, it was a list of 15 pages, a 15-page list of all their victims. 15 pages. These guys were unaliving everything. There was this one crackhead that owed $3. They smoked her for owing $3.
Wow.
Yeah, for $3 they smoked her. Yeah.
Wow.
They were smoking everything. Yeah, and they finally got caught. But they got caught on state charges, not on federal charges.
Okay.
And I think this dude that I was associated with some of the guys that worked for him.
Mm-hmm.
These dudes, this dude, George Rivera, they used to call him Boy George. He was in the dope game, but he got shut down. And he was another one. Hey Nisha, Antoinette.
What's up, Nisha?
And you know, they're not they're not positive influences, okay? And a lot of times you could wind up getting alive yourself just for being associated with these people. So, you know, I have my head on a swivel all the time, being around these people. So I got out of all that nonsense to work as hard as I did, to acquire the things that I did, to what? Just give it up? Hell no. Yeah. From Matthews? Oh, so DS, you know, I used to train on Featherbed Lane. You know where Featherbed Lane is because it's close to where you live now, or where you're staying now. I used to train there with Reno Morales. Yeah, man. So, okay, Elevated. So there you go. Okay. The big production, the very thing that you like to warn young men about regarding relationships. And it could still go wrong. But at least you're providing them with what kind of red flags there are.
All right.
At least you provide. You know what? I took up all the air up in this place. Go ahead, Elevated. Go ahead, talk, man.
We was in suspense with your story, man. That's wild.
Yeah. Oh, and there was something I wanted to say to you in one of your lives.
Okay.
Because the conversation went in that direction about.
Okay.
So you're making moves, right? You trade options. You're stacking, right?
Right.
The more you stack, the harder it is for you to choose a mate.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because
everybody's dating for help. Not everybody, most people. It's all about help.
Yeah. And that's why I'm always saying, and that's why I say it in your lives, or I put it in the comments, dress down and drive a bucket.
Yeah. Because
that's not, you know, when you're stacking, yeah, you don't want to highlight
the wrong,
your financial situation, because you can attract the wrong ones real easy.
Look, trust me, I drive a bucket and I dress down. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not a flashy individual at all, either way.
Yeah.
I was like that when I was younger, but.
Right. So you wised up.
I didn't want that attention. I had the car I couldn't afford, you know, but it was cool. It was fly.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like it. I like it. I like it when nobody knows because I get to engage with the real them. Yes, yes, now Dr. Ninja Turtle. That's what I'm talking about. Dress down and drive a bucket. Listen, you come at me. I want to see the real you.
Right.
If you think I ain't shit because I ain't got shit, that's
the joke's on you.
The joke's on you, and I'm good with that.
Right.
The owl. Hey, owl.
What's up, Al? What's up, Dr. Ninja Turtle?
Yeah. And that was the only time you saw me suited up and without the facial hair and all that stuff was when I was engaging in the stock market, when I had clients. And
right,
you got to dress a certain way so that you can keep people at ease.
Yeah, you gotta fit the image.
You got to fit the image so that they can engage and feel confident in who they're engaging with.
Right.
Because the image, even though those guys in suit and ties could be some of the biggest thieves in the world, but
that is true.
It's all good because fine, I can approach somebody. They won't pay any attention to what I got to say unless I use certain terminology around people who understand the terminology, and then they know, oh, wait a second. Just like what happened to me at a Starbucks one day, because after my divorce, I wasn't working. I was just living off my trading, right?
Okay.
Well, my thing is options, right? You know that.
Right.
So there was I forget what the brokerage is called. I forget the name of the brokerage. Well, one of the brokers walked into the Starbucks. I had my laptop open, but he was behind me, and I didn't know that he was watching. Yeah, because I'm over here doing technical analysis on a few things that yes, just like a beggar and you're winning. When you worked in the federal court, yes, Dr. Ninja, you understand? So I'm looking like I am now, because once I lost everything, I said, whatever. But this was a small account on the side that the court didn't know nothing about.
Hey,
but I generate money off of this thing so that I can live.
Right.
But I'm doing my technical analysis and all this other stuff on a series of stocks that I'm interested in doing trade on. Because you do the same thing.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the broker, now he's right up on me. And he's commenting, he goes, hey, what are you doing? He's testing me out. What are you doing? Oh, and I break it down, yeah. I'm checking out this bearish engulfing candle formation here. And
right.
Yeah, I'm not quite prepared. I'm not quite prepared to make a move on this because I'm checking out the
hit him with the lingo.
Right. I'm breaking it down. The IBR, where that engulfing pattern falls on the price pattern. I'm going through it, right? Yeah. This is a flag, blah blah blah. This, that, and the third. And the dude's like, oh, yeah, wow, and look over here, and yeah, that's a this, that, and the third. Oh, and what about the that's a that. So the dude is bugging out, and he's like, yo, right, because he saw a black man dressed like this, and he thought maybe, what's he got, a 401k? Yeah, I can manage that. I can manage that for him. No, I don't need you to manage.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't need you to manage anything for me. As you can tell. And let me tell you something. What year was it? It was 2007, I think. 2007. So on one of my brokerage accounts, I was generating about $70,000 a month, right?
Damn.
Yeah, I had and this is and I'm not doing that well, but I'm generating 70,000 a month, and I got about 50 trades open, roughly about 50 trades open. I got a bunch of stuff going on. I got such a large variety of options trade. I got the I got the single. I got the vertical trade going on. I got a butterfly. I got the iron condor. I got the broken wing condor. I got a whole bunch of shit going on in that thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And after the evil one got to me, all that went away. All that went. Could you imagine? Elevated, you trade. Can you imagine?
Nah.
Can you imagine having to give that up?
That's wild.
Coming from the ghetto, driving a yellow cab in New York City, and dangerous ass job.
Mm-hmm.
I was held up at gunpoint 3 times doing that. To go from that to sitting in front of a laptop or a computer, because I wasn't using a laptop at that time, it was just my computer. 15 minutes a day.
Yeah.
15 minutes a day, and I'm generating 70,000 a month.
Can't beat it.
And I was still working for the state. And I was still working for a brokerage. And I was still driving a truck. Come on now. Do you just walk away from that? Elevated, do you just walk away from that?
Nah.
So I think it was Rodney that asked. Yeah,
that was right.
That's why I try to stick it out to the best of my ability.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. Coming from the ghetto to that 70,000, and that's when I was making. I breached that. I breached the 70,000 a month.
Right.
I breached all that. And my account started growing exponentially, crazy. When we went through 2008, when we had the financial crisis, I was making even more money. While people were struggling, losing their pensions, going crazy, I was making more money. Why? Because the implied volatility was much higher.
Yeah. Yep.
And when you trade, in Elevator, you know what I'm talking about. When you trade options, that implied volatility is key.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a long-term, when you're a long-term holder of stocks, and if you're active in your portfolio, that high volatility makes a difference.
Yeah.
And it definitely makes a difference if you're an options trader and you're on the correct end of the options trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody else with their 401ks getting smashed in half. Your 401k said 150,000, all of a sudden it's 75,000.
Yeah.
But not me. That's when I was making even more money. More money. And then 2009 comes around. I got to start shutting everything down. And by 2010, it's over. So in June of 2010, my mother dies. And we start finalizing the divorce. All at the same time. State job, I had to let it go. Because emotionally, I wasn't all there.
Right.
Well, I'm usually not all there anyway, but it was worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you, D. Thank you, DSW. Yeah, man. y'all better elevate it. So when you go and you put out your content
Mhm.
over that subject matter, yeah, man. I'm here to tell you, I'm glad you're giving them the warning, man. I'm glad you and I'm glad you came up and helped me
Yeah, yeah.
understand, because it's not a topic that I really um immerse myself in. Hey, Lisa,
What's up, Lisa?
it's not material that I really get into all that much.
Right.
But maybe because it reminds me of what I went through, and I don't care to
Mhm.
remember it that often.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I mean, I could only imagine having to go through that situation.
it's insane. And when I start telling people, the most common question is, "What did you do to her? Why does a man have to do something to why? While I'm working, you think that while I'm working 93 hours a week, you think I'm going to have time to be
Right.
doing anything to her?
Right.
No. Yeah, Dr. Ninja, and it's very painful. I have to wait to start over. I can't just start over. It's been what? It's been 17 years, and I can't start over. I have to wait 2 more years to start over. And when I do start over, in the meantime, I do teach people how to trade options. So
Mhm.
it stays fresh in my head. It never leaves me.
Right.
But yeah, 2 more years, I'll get started right back up, and I'll bring up that portfolio up to at least 1 million very quickly.
Mhm.
Very quickly. Oh yeah. Because of my children with the evil one, Homestead. Because of my children with the evil one, I gotta wait 2 years. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
16 and 17. And I have no interaction whatsoever with those children. None. Zero. Because the evil one always wants to be in the middle of it, and
hmm,
I want nothing to do with the evil one. She's evil. She's dangerous.
yeah.
She's just dangerous. She looks for any angle to continue a destructive path. So y'all better start listening to Elevator. Everybody who's young and up in here right now, y'all better start listening to Elevator when he puts out his content about watching out for the red flags. Yeah, you're living it too, right, Homestead? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it took me a minute to catch on. I paid child support for 18 years. I started building after. Yeah, Dr. Ninja Turtle, you understand what I'm talking about? Yes, because if you were building during that time, they would have been increasing your stuff.
Yeah.
Your payments increase. Yeah.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Watch who you have kids with.
Yeah. Well, no, like I was saying, Homestead, this woman would threaten me if I didn't go to bed with her and get her pregnant. Not just go to bed with her, but go to bed with her and get her pregnant.
That is wild.
That's wild.
That is wild.
That's crazy. And then to come to find out, yeah, they tripled your child support one time. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And come to find out, this woman was sending pictures of my thang while I was sleeping to her sisters. What?
Who does that?
The evil one does that. Yeah. She was sending pictures of my fang to her sisters. And a couple of her friends too. What the hell?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Richard. My niece and nephew, they would be disowned from me so fast if they did some mess like that.
I don't reach out.
I don't blame you.
And to top it all off, I got them out of Philly, out of the worst parts of Philly. I got them out of there, helped them to move to the state that I was living in,
Mm-hmm.
got them an apartment and everything. One of them was living in an apartment. One of them was living in an apartment that was on my property for the lowest possible rent.
Right.
They could have never gotten an apartment like that for the rent that I was charging them.
Right.
And those are the same ones that did that to me. They
Mm.
And then there was this. Oh my God. Elevated. I'm in Philly.
Yeah.
Helping that same nephew.
Mm-hmm.
This is before the revelation. Mm-hmm. This is before the question asked. I'm down there to help him straighten out an issue he's got for his license so that he can get his CDL going also.
Mm-hmm.
Gets a phone call from his wife, from my niece, his wife, and she's going off on this guy. Why? She found evidence in the kid's room with some Diddy oil.
Oh.
The thing was that lubricant was in one of those plastic baggy type things
Mm-hmm.
that are really hard to open.
Yep.
You would need to
cut it. Yep.
And it was in the kids' room. And the daughter, which was the oldest one, mm-hmm. she was too young to just open that thing by herself.
All right.
So, of course, his wife is saying, what the hell's going on here? So while I was in the hospital tending to the young one who was sick, you was getting your groove on with the evil one? What? My nephew elevated?
Wow.
That was the accusation. I could believe it.
I believe it.
Now, during the divorce process, before the actual divorce actually started, I wanted to have evidence against her.
Yeah.
So I could protect myself, my finances in court.
Right.
So I asked him straight up, hey, did you bang her? And listen, I'm not asking because I want to hurt you or anything like that. I really don't care. If you did, I don't care. But I do want to know so that I can protect myself in court. Oh, no, I would never do it. My uncle, I would never. Yeah, right, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Not after that argument with your wife. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
So what do you think, Elevated? Should you warn these young men about the red flags?
Yeah, of course. And I mean, it doesn't even just have to be the young men, because there's young ladies that watch that type of content too. I don't know why, but I mean, it's a general type of content. So it's
very popular.
what is it? It's like they call it unisex or whatever.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, uh, we just we gotta do better, you know.
That's crazy. What? That is so crazy. You checking out the comments?
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments. DSW said, "What is she diagnosed with?" If you don't mind me asking.
Demonic mental syndrome. DMS, demonic mental syndrome. I don't know. And another crazy thing is, when I was building my case, I was reaching out to every agency possible, and it all backfired. Everything backfired. It all backfired. Check this out. So I drained one of my accounts. Was the biggest one. I drained it. Got rid of that. Forgive me, but I can't specify how.
Of course.
But it was drained. Of course, I left some money in there so it wouldn't look too crazy. But the amount I left in there was tiny, right? A couple of $1,000s. I never wrote down my login information. Never. I never wrote it down on a paper. Nothing. It was all mental. It was all
right.
So I'm in court, and she presents to the judge a copy of that account. And I said, wait a minute, Your Honor. How did she get that? I never even wrote that information down. How was she able to?
Right.
The district attorney was there to provide some kind of legal guidance for her because she was going to go on state benefits. And he's a DA, he's a prosecutor, so right away he said, wait a second, what are you saying, Mr. Burns? Are you trying to say that this information was acquired illegally? That's a felony. Did you report this to the police?
Wow.
And the judge right away was like, we're not talking about that. Like, yo, what's up with that? Is there some bias going on here? Yeah. Is there some bias here? Because she committed a felony.
Right.
The prosecutor himself, the district attorney himself, is putting that out there, and the judge is smashing that. Whoa. DSW, see? Okay. So let me tell you something, DS. If any, let me give you a heads up now. If anybody tries to do something like that, you make sure that you go through the proper channels where you won't get caught doing that. Because if you get caught, that's a felony. The judge in my divorce was saying, where's all your stuff? I said, what stuff? What stuff? Don't play with me. Okay, you got a license for this, you got a license for that, you work for the state, this, that, and the third. Where is your stuff? Your Honor, I don't know. It's 2009. You know what happened to? Don't give me that. I own property too. Said, Your Honor, well, in my case, I don't. I'm going to have you investigated. And if I find out you've been stashing your stuff, you better get ready. I didn't know what she meant.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. Many years down the road, I was having a conversation with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and they told me, listen, dude, I said, what? Yeah, you would have been in prison. That's a felony. I said, well, what's the does it have a what do you call that?
Statute of limitations.
Yeah, does it have a statute of limitation? Let me know. Yeah, the boss way. I have been. Crazy, crazy stuff. I was invited to have a book. They wanted me to write a book, but I'm lazy. If it wasn't for that, I would have done it a long time ago. It's crazy. Listen, you know how all right, so I was born on one island and my family's from another island,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm born in the United States. I have to get my passport when I was a year old in order to go to the other island. So in that other island, my father was in government. You know, he had a lot of status, big time.
Mm-hmm.
So the new president did some stuff that got my father pissed off. So he went back to the island that I was born in to set up a coup against the president of the island he was from.
Wow.
And they used to be homeboys. They used to be tight. But he
Wow.
set up a coup. He was going to take him out.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't for my mother's cousin who gave us that phone call, we would have been wiped out. So we got that warning. We
Mm-hmm.
packed it up and we went to New York.
Wow.
I was 3 years old when I arrived in New York, in Washington Heights. Yeah. Not far from where, just a couple of blocks from where Malcolm X was unalive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Matter of fact, what was it? That was 1968. So when was Malcolm unalive? What year? Might have gone down close to the time when I arrived.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and it was downhill since then. Because we only lived in the hood, man.
All right.
I watched when I was 10 years old, I watched my father get jumped by 4 people. They tried to kill him. They hit him across the head with a bat. I'm watching him grabbing his ear. They caught him across the head, man, and he had this big ass knife. He was ready to slit one of their throats, and when he was about to yank that knife, they hit him across the head.
Mm.
So it was crazy. I was outside watching all this go down. My brother was put in intensive care like weeks after he arrived. You think so, Callie? Yeah. So that was a whole lot of fun. My mother almost lost her life on the train. Good times, man. Good times when
Yeah,
good times.
Train
Yeah.
is something else, man.
Listen, the train off the hook. Off the hook. Off the hook.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen things on it. My brother was wild. My older brother,
Mm-hmm.
he was actually having relations with a woman in between.
In between the train cars. Yeah.
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 My brother was wild like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and yeah, those were listen, those were wild times.
Right.
Again, I survived all that crazy stuff to move to another state, get my son out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got my Series 7. I got my property. I got my
Mhm.
CDL. I got this. I got the state job.
It's dangerous for some cutty.
Yeah, yeah.
It is.
You know, chilling with my homeboy. One of his customers is falling out. Looks like he's dying. We're up on the fifth floor.
Mm.
I'm telling my boy, yo, this dude, he don't look like he's gonna make it. What the hell did you give him? I don't know, but okay, help me. All right, what do you want to do? All right, so he opens the window. He says, "Let's toss him out the window." I said, "What?
Goodness. Nah, man.
Toss him out the window?" Yeah, because what else are we gonna do? We can't drag him out into the hallway. They'll
True.
snitch on us.
True.
Wow. Okay, so I grab him. We got him propped up against the window. We're about to toss this dude. Yeah, that's true, Ninja Turtle. But I gave it up. I didn't renew my license. And by the way, when I opened up my accounts, of course, I opened up my accounts as a professional. You know, when you open up your accounts as a professional, you got to pay a monthly fee,
Mm-hmm.
all that good stuff.
Yep.
So we got this guy up by the window. We're about to toss this dude from the fifth floor. I'm trying to figure out how the hell what the cleanup is going to look like because eventually, but he had the superintendent in his pocket, so it was going to happen. But I hear this guy grunting, and I tell my boy, yo, hold up. He's alive.
That's why.
And my homeboy said, he's alive. He says, yeah, he's alive, man. He said, fuck it, let's throw him anyway. I said, no, dude, no. We don't need this. We don't need this. I convinced him not to, another person I convinced not to. You know, these are dudes that I hang out with that are my friends. We drink together, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they're homicidal. They got bodies under their belt. This is nothing to them. This is what? No, I don't want to raise my son in that environment
Right.
with his uncles going around unaliving people and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Yeah. What did Cal Stank say? Good start of this new week. Waiting for this tooth to fall out. She not letting me play. Oh, your child?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to be careful who I associate with. Yes, you do, Dr. Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
Because you worked for the government, didn't you? Listen, I've got family members that are in position of power here in the United States that I try not to reach I try not to reach out to because I don't want them to get, you know, one of them was actually applying for the CIA.
Oh.
Yeah. He went on the site and there was an eyeball. I said, no, you know what? I got this one nephew that has very high clearance. So I'm very careful about how I engage with him.
Right.
I got another one that was oh, you did work for the federal courts, Ninja Turtle? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, you drove a getaway car? Yeah, so you definitely got to be you definitely got to be careful. Yeah. I got another nephew who's an economist. He worked for the CIT bank.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the CIA has too much power in my personal. The CIA has power nobody knows about, and their what do you call it? Paramilitary force. is no joke. No joke. People think that the Navy SEALs they ain't nothing compared to these dudes. Them and Special Operations Green Beret in the Army.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No. Tell you a story right now. Ready for this one? So one of my homeboys is a state trooper.
Okay.
And his friend on his shift had to respond to a call on I-95.
Okay.
Uh,
What's good, man?
hey, man. What's up, man? So, so here we go. There's a car on the on the shoulder of the highway. Dude's inside there sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Local cop shows up. Of course, he wants to make sure that the car ain't abandoned or anything like that.
Right.
Guy's sleeping in there. But, you know, that's dangerous, sleeping on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So the cop wakes him up, says, yo, what's up, man? License, registration, and insurance. Oh, listen, I'm sorry. I was extremely tired. Please, can I just sleep for a little more? I'll be out of your way. License, registration, and insurance. So dude wasn't trying to get into it with the cop, but the cop felt the need to call and ask for backup. Dude, you know, he's not exactly cooperating. Backup comes. He's begging and pleading, please just let me sleep here for a little longer. Now, this is told to me by my homeboy, the state trooper.
Mm-hmm.
Because his co-worker is telling him what went down.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time his co-worker showed up at the scene with some other state troopers, 6 local cops were laid out, done, to the point where I think 2 of them had to retire, had to take medical retirement from the injuries, right?
Mm.
They were done. And the others were whisked to the hospital. They were in bad shape. But dude cooperated with the Stadies. And when the Stadies brought him in, they couldn't get any identity on this dude. And like 30 minutes to an hour later, the feds show up. Take him out and release him. And come to find out that these people were, that dude, he was a black ops agent.
Oh, shit.
So he ruined those local cops' careers. They were out.
Cali trying to be funny.
What do you say?
It was 6 local cops that was laid out. DSW. Nah, I don't drive trucks, bro.
Yeah, that was some Black Ops Call of Duty type stuff. Calisthenics. Yeah, that was crazy.
That's wild.
That was crazy. those Green Beret dudes, they're those Delta Force dudes, they're no joke.
Mm-hmm.
My brother served with some of them when he went out to the Gulf.
Mm-hmm.
He was deployed to the Gulf. He told me that them dudes is not the ones to play with.
Yeah, I could believe that.
And they're humble too. When you meet them, they're not like Navy SEALs can be rude and nasty.
Yeah, cocky, yep.
But these dudes are not. These dudes are humble, and they don't. And they engage in things that aren't even on the books. They get sent out to do things that They're not even accounted for. That's what happened to this dude, Benavides. This dude is crazy. This dude is the original Rambo, bro. The shit he went through. This dude got shot I don't know how many times, stabbed. In this one mission, and he couldn't get a medal of recognition for everything he did. He was so badly injured that they had him in a body bag, and just before they finished zipping it up, the doctor was checking him out, and they were just gonna bury him, but he spit in the doctor's face. That's how they knew. Yeah, that's how they knew he was still alive. Yeah, Benavides is his name, Sergeant Benavides. You could look it up. He was Delta Force, and the reason why he didn't get awarded for that, it took like 20 years for him to get awarded for that, and that's because that mission that he was on didn't exist.
Okay.
Yeah, so they couldn't award him.
Damn.
He got like yeah, he was wild. Yeah, I'm getting better with the gum chewing. Can you guys hear me when I'm chewing?
No, that's not bad.
Not now. Oh, but you can hear it. Oh, okay. All right, Elevated. What do you think, man? Do these young men and women need to get warned?
Yeah, I think as a whole, we need to get back to, better communication. I think because that's the root of everything. Like, I don't know if it's something in the air, something in the water. I don't know, but need to get back to.
Did we have better communications back in the day? Maybe like 50, 100 years ago? Did we have better communications? Was it better for us to establish relationships that long ago?
Yeah, at least in my opinion. That the goal was, to find a relationship, get married, buy the house with the white picket fence and everything like that. Everybody wasn't. I can't speak for everybody, but I haven't heard about a whole lot of divorces from back in the days. They say grandpa used to go and have his family on the side, and grandma she knew what it was, but as long as the bills were paid, she wasn't tripping.
Right.
I don't know, man.
That happened in my household. Not my not the family that I created, but my parents. Yeah, that was the deal with my parents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Yeah, I got half brothers and sisters. Yeah, and yet my mother told me once that and I don't know how this can be interpreted, but she said that she didn't leave my father because she didn't want another man raising us.
Mm.
What do you think of that?
They don't make them like that no more.
No, right? Now everybody's encouraged, all this social media stuff, everybody's encouraging everybody to just break up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what I see.
And then it's like, I feel like women are incentivized, to stay single. They get help from the government. I'm not knocking anybody because life happens, but it's like once the man is removed out of the household, women have plenty of resources to go to where they feel like, I don't need a man. I don't need no man. I'm not.
I got a question for you, Elevated. Is that by design?
Yeah, of course. Of course it's by design.
Makes it easier to disrupt the whole family, because I'm a believer that the strongest um, the strongest foundation is the family,
Right.
and if you disrupt that, you already know it's
Mm-hmm.
downhill. It can be downhill from there.
Right.
You're on mute, D. You're on mute. Try now.
Yeah, hello, 1 2 1 2 1
Yep.
2.
You good?
Y'all can hear me?
Yep.
Hello.
Okay.
We can hear
All
you.
right. Yeah, you. Hold on. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Oh wait, hold on. Let me turn the laptop down because I got the phone and the laptop going. Hold on. Yeah, y'all can hear me now. It's better. There's no echo.
Yeah.
All right, because you were saying something about not to cut your wisdom. Elevated chill, right? About the sisters or whatever. Um, and sticking together and you were saying something about yeah in the past it's different now.
Right.
We all see the price of living is extremely high.
Mm-hmm.
So I was born in 74, right?
Okay.
So compared to now, from then to now, the price of living is really high. And sidebar, because this is just a private conversation, which y'all can all, if y'all, you know what I'm saying, listen to what's her name? Dr. Brian, right? And I was
Mm-hmm.
telling Mr.
Cheyenne
Burns,
Bryant.
yes, sir. I was telling you, I was just watching her before you had texted me and told me y'all about to go live in like 5 minutes. That's why I said I want you to watch that when you get a chance because
Right.
she actually even spoke on that and she was saying that how it's different when our parents, because she's a little bit younger than all of us. She's like her early 40s or something like that. But she was saying that how there's a difference between back then and now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because Shannon Sharp had asked her something about 50-50, as far as dating or marriage or this and the third or whatever. And he's a little bit older than her, just as well as myself also. But I realized that, you know, of course, men make more money than females, right? No matter what race or whatever ethnicity or what have you. But at the end of the day, the price of living is extremely high. And I've lived in, of course, born and raised in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in California. And I lived in Connecticut. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
three states, so the taxes is high, whatever. But I managed. You know what I'm saying? I made over 150,000 a year at one time in my life for 4 years straight. So
Mm-hmm.
I was raised like how most of y'all, man, you know what I'm saying? Where you take care of the woman. You don't ain't no woman, you don't put your hand in your pocketbook to pay for nothing. So when he got to that part of the question or whatever, and she like like I said, for her to be much younger, she was like, I don't mind that. And mind you, she makes millions of dollars or whatever, but at the end of the day, she was saying that she'll still spoil her man and be submissive and all this other stuff. And I said, I can respect her on that. There's a lot of, no, excuse me, there's a little bit of stuff I disagree with her, but there's a lot of stuff I agree with her. And not just that interview, because I saw in a couple other interviews or whatever when she was promoting her book that she put out a few years ago. But
Mm-hmm.
it's hard out here, man. It's really hard out here. And even though I be joking, but I was serious about the comment, and I know what you were saying as far as when I was saying about something about putting money overseas. If you got family out there you could trust or whatever. I mean, I'll speak for myself. I used to hustle, and I come from a family that hustle. Half of my family and the other half was totally no civilians, but
All right.
they from overseas, the ones that hustle. But well, yeah, I could talk about because they all they most is either dead or they civilians now, but they legit. But back then, I was taught that, if you making dirty money, you sending back overseas to either Puerto Rico or Bahamas, because I got family in both. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? we don't get caught up in tax evasions and be in the federal penitentiary forever, you know. But at the end of the day, it is hard out here, man. And also to think about the fact of, because you were saying something, you were saying now that's it doesn't even matter if it's your second or third wife, but the one you was calling the devil. That's why I was joking, but I was serious in the comments. I was like, yo, is today we talking about bashing our exes? Because you know what, personally, Mr. Burns, I got stories for days with my baby mama. Ooh, man, she put me through hell, man. When we had our second son, we broke up, and I elevated. I was making 150,000 a year, and that ain't including tips, because I used to drive rigs moving people from East to West Coast.
Oh.
And somebody in the other room snitched on me and told. So when they hit me for child support, I was like, well, I gotta pay so much. They was like, oh, but you make X, Y, and Z. I said, that's all alleged. I do not make that kind of money. I don't know where y'all getting this information from. Yeah, I was working off the books, cash money. But few people in the family just running their mouths a little too much, and I'm like, damn. So, but anyway, yeah, it's a struggle. And even though I was questioning you, even though I was joking, but I was serious about you were saying something about like I said, I don't know if you were saying the second wife or third wife, whatever, but you were saying the evil one when she was taking you to court and everything and the stuff she was doing to you. I was like, damn, even though I know because from other lives or whatever that I went through the same thing too, man. My baby mom's, we gonna say her name and put it out there, but oh man, she was evil. But I didn't know when I met her that she was like that. Now, as far as the red flags, because that's what I really wanted. But I was warming up my vegetables and stuff or whatever, so I could eat my dinner. But as far as the red flag, we all see the red flags, bro. All of us and females. If there's some females in the chat, because I can't for some reason I only see myself and a few other people, but I keep hearing y'all saying names. I'm like, I don't see these people.
Oh, that's because they're coming in through that's because they're coming in through Elevated's link. So
okay.
Yeah, anybody outside of that link, they're not gonna see it. I can see them because I'm the one. I'm the one with the platform open. I'm the main I'm the main, right? So I can see them. But if you're not a part of that link, you won't see.
So Richard, next time you just put the comments up on the stage in the corner. This way, everybody can see whether they're in one chat or the other.
Okay.
Not like, I mean, you do that too.
No, it's right.
It should be then. You on the phone or you on the
I'm on laptop.
I'm looking at my laptop and I'm on, but I'm going through my phone right now. But I turned my volume down.
So
I can hear you
on StreamYard, Richard, up top. It's like, I guess it's 3 bars or something like that.
Right.
It should be over on the side by the chat. There's an option. There you go.
Like that.
Okay. Okay. All right, but all right. I'm starting to see them on my laptop on the bottom or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm talking through my phone though, but because for some reason y'all come through on my laptop before on my phone. But to finish what I was saying about as far as baby mamas and the baby mama drama, right? And the red flags. All of us, male and female, within the first conversation that we have or interaction with someone, at least for me, because I ask these questions. I ask a lot of questions, before I even ask for your number. Of course, the obvious, are you involved with someone or whatever at the moment? But then I ask questions like, have you been locked up? What you been locked up for? And I want to know your full name. If you got a middle name, because as you were saying earlier, and the same with me, I got family that works in DC. I can easily slide them your name and they'll look you up and I'll see if you lying to me, if you've never been locked up, you never been in a psych ward or whatever, like, don't lie to me, shorty. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna find out.
Psych ward.
Yeah. Oh, Because let me tell you something. When I used to live upstate New York, right? Because I was on parole and probation. So I had to get a job. I didn't want to always job, I want to still hustle and sling and bang and all that. But I was working at a Burger King, right? And this young lady was on me, and I was like, I don't want you. I want the other little chick that works back there with us. But I caved in. I did some time. I ain't had no punani. I'll just say it like that because I know it's YouTube. So I wound up caving in or whatever. But within the first 2 to 3 conversations, I knew something was off about Shorty. I almost said her name, so I don't want to do that. But
Okay.
she was sexy, but I knew something wasn't right. Mind you, my dumb ass, because I was horny, you got me some or whatever. Then I kept returning to get me some. But then I had to question her one day, like, why you act the way you act? And when she told me her backstory, which I'm not gonna put all her business out there, but
Right.
I'll just say she's been touched and it wasn't by an angel. So y'all could fill in the blanks. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, damn, okay. All right. I see why you act the way you act. The insecurity, the always want. I'm like, and I used to tell her this, and she was 3. No, she was 7 years older than me. I said, and at the time, like I said, I had a job, but I was still, slinging and banging. I say, look, if I'm on the block getting money and the money is in your house, and if I get caught and you out here on the block with me, we both getting locked up. So who gonna bail who out? You need to stay home. But that's what I'm saying. Her insecurities. And then when she told me why she's the way she is, I said, oh, you got issues. I almost said it too. But you got issues and you need to deal with that. But that's why I was asking in the chat, like, you didn't ask them questions, Mr. Burns? Like,
Oh yeah,
I
no.
mean,
It was a process that took a whole year. And there were things about her past that was from the island. And nobody from the island, well, family members of hers that are from the island, they weren't trying to reveal nothing. But she revealed everything to my niece. And the
okay.
stuff that she told my niece were
Uh-huh.
things that my niece should have told me.
Yeah, they don't.
She didn't tell me nothing. And I was mad about it because that was my warning right there.
Yeah.
That would have been the deciding factor.
I heard that part too, because remember I was like, yo, I'm heating up my food or the vegetables I was saying, because I already cooked the chicken and rice. I cooked that yesterday. I just had to cook some vegetables today or whatever. But when I heard that part, and immediately I thought, that's why I was making a little joke. I said, "Are we bashing on baby mamas today or whatever?" Because I never been married. So, but my mother hooked me up with my children's mother, right? Because they used to work together and drink and get high back then or whatever. But she didn't inform me on everything about her. And so when I met her, and I was like, damn, baby moms was good. She looked like, back then, not now, she looked like Mary J. Blige. And I was like, damn. I was like, I'm definitely hitting this. Because I got a thing for Mary J. Blige too. Her and Stephanie Mills and Janet Jackson. But anyway, so I was just like, all right. But then before I physically met her, I talked to her on the phone for a week. And immediately within that week, I was like, she's not the one. But I did a year in Elmira prison or whatever for a violation of probation or whatever. And I had wild out, so they sent me there. I got in a little situation downstate. So they sent me to Elmira to do the rest of my time. So anyway, long story short, the brother ain't getting none in a while. So, things happen. And I still was young and wanted to slang and bang or whatever. But I saw all the red flags and still caved in.
When you
Still
say
got
you
a back.
caved in, when you
When I
say
and
you
when I mean
caved in,
I'm,
what do you mean
I'm
by
on
that? Did you
yeah, because
create a
I'm gonna get ready to tell
long-term
you that real
relationship?
quick. Because I never wanted children. Never. So when I met her, that's why I was going to say that I caved in.
You
I
couldn't
kept
pull out in time.
yeah, because I was going to say I didn't put the raincoat on.
The pull-out game wasn't strong.
Nah, man, nah, it didn't. You know what? I'll keep it real. My baby mom got some good coochie. But yeah, like you said, the pull-out game wasn't strong, bro. Wasn't strong at all. I was like, damn. But and I was gonna make a joke in the comments, but I was gonna say, which is in my opinion, and few of my homies I grew up with, we always say this. Why is all the crazy chicks got the best
Got the
coochie?
good box. Got the best
Oh
box.
man. And they take a pound in, they swallow well, I could say swallow, right? Yeah. They swallow gum. Why? Why do the bipolar chicks got the? And not quite sure females say that about us. They're like, well, all the bipolar men got the good sausage. Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
I don't see no females in the chat or whatever, but I just want to know that answer. Like, I know the answer, but I'm just being a little funny right now also. But man, yeah. And I love
Listen,
believe I love my sons. I love my sons to death. You know what I'm saying? Because they basically did what I asked them. Look, don't get locked up. Well, except for my oldest son. He did have a child when he was 17. I was like, God damn it. And he was trying to go to the NFL. He did NBA. He thought he was going to the NBA. I was like, no, he's going to the NFL. He's a better football player than I was when I was his age. I was a better basketball player because I played all sports just like him as well. But I was like, damn. And of course, his first baby mom, because my son got 2 baby mamas and he married this last chick. So he got 3 kids, 3 different women. But that first one, I was like, oh yeah. And I'm not gonna put her name and business out there, but she has issues. That first baby mama. Yeah. So and we joke now because my son is old, and I'm like, yeah, she has some good box, right? He was like, yeah, Dad. I said, yeah, I know. He was crazy as fuck. I said, just like your mama. They got the crazy ones they got that good box, bro. They got that good box.
Okay, so that's why I think that what do you call it should be first and foremost compatibility. Should be first and foremost.
Yeah.
Compatibility includes so many different things, and that should be the deciding factor. Yeah, the best mate for us may not have that crazy good box. May not have it.
You ain't you ain't never lied.
That's a good point.
May not have that. So that's one of the things that you might have to work without. And there are plenty of things that you can use to enhance the experience, right? Plenty of things that you can use to enhance the experience. So you can make up for that without having to go to another woman. And but what about the communication? What about your financial goals? What about your business goals? What about your foundation? Your legacy.
Yeah. That's why before you like when I hit you up and then we briefly talked and then he was like, yo, I'm gonna go live in 5 minutes. I was like, that's why I was saying, yo, check out the doc because she was on Shannon Sharp. And I just watched it like prior to hitting me back and saying, yo, I'm going live because that's what I'm saying. She answered a lot of that stuff. Like I said, Mr. Chills, you did you watch do you even watch Club Shay Shay? Shannon Sharp show?
I watch it once in a while. I know the show you talking about. I
You,
haven't watched it in a while.
did you check out when he had the doc on there?
Nah, I didn't. I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch it after this. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna
Oh,
watch
all
it
right.
after this.
It's about 3 hours, some change or whatever, but it's
Okay.
very, very interesting. Because
Okay.
I've been following her for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling Mr. Burns, like she rubbed me the wrong way on one of the interviews. So I just stopped watching her. But she was on Club Shay Shay. I want to say what I don't like to say call him that because that sounds too feminine. Mr. Sharp
Yeah.
show about maybe 12 days ago. And I just watched it tonight.
Okay.
Like literally tonight. Cause I say, you know what? Let me just because I tell myself at times, someone could rub me the wrong way one time, right? Pause, because I know that sounded crazy, right? Yeah, that's her right there. And she got a yep, exactly. She got a YouTube page too. Also, I should say. But and that's one of the reasons why I saw the notification. I think I was at my dentist's office too. I was
Yeah.
when the interview went down, and I said, man, I ain't watching. I ain't paying no mind because she rubbed me the wrong way. But so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but tonight I said, you know what, let me check that out. And I checked it out, and I was like, you know what? I like her again. Yeah. But she answered a lot of stuff that actually I was talking about prior to me making my vegetables for dinner tonight or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, that's why I was saying to Mr. Burns earlier, before he even told me he was going live in 5 minutes, I was like, yo, bro, please check this out. He was like, oh, no, I don't even know who that is. I was like, yo, check her out. And then he listened, because you had hit me back and was like, y'all listen to one of her interviews all knowing what the Breakfast Club, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw the one with the Breakfast Club. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was hitting you back and I said, I don't remember if it was Sway in the Morning or it was Jason Lee or whatever that I watched. And then she kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I was like, there's a few things she said. I was just like, I don't agree with that or whatever. But watching a Shannon Sharp sit down, because I don't even call it an interview,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, I get her. I really do get her now, you know.
Yeah.
But
To me, she was the okay. Her personality may rub the traditional
weak
man,
man. Yeah, yeah,
the wrong way because,
yeah,
and she admitted herself, she is an alpha.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah,
So as an alpha, okay. Now remember compatibility. Now you
yeah.
want peace of mind. You're an alpha male,
I
traditional
can hear you.
male.
I'm just stepping off the screen. Go ahead.
Okay, that might not be the best choice.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Not for a long-term relationship. You might be attracted to her physical appearance.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe she got that crazy box.
yeah.
But like I was talking to Elevated early in the live, you cannot allow the how that crazy box impacts you emotionally
Amen.
Yep.
and make you want to stick around longer than you should.
Yep.
Mistakes I've made in the past, but go ahead.
And I'm guilty as well.
We all are,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So, you know, that magic triangle, that magic pyramid, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully, as you get older, you learn to control that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
learn to be honest with
Exactly.
yourself
Uh-huh.
and say, damn, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But what comes along with it
Right.
may not be the best.
Mm-hmm.
So true.
So if you're a traditional alpha male,
Yeah.
you want a woman that's submissive.
And that's why I said we went, and not just y'all two that I can physically see, anyone in the chat that I can see, check it out if you didn't check it out. You know what I'm saying?
And just to be clear, submissive doesn't mean that she doesn't have an opinion.
Right.
Oh no, she definitely got an opinion.
Right. And submissive doesn't mean that she doesn't participate in future planning.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It just means that whenever she feels like getting up on your face, you know, that's not the proper course of action with an alpha male.
Because I don't want to give it away. I want y'all to see it. But she did mention, because like I said, she's in her early 40s. She said, because Mr. Sharp had asked her, what's the difference between you 20 years ago and now? And basically she said, I still got a slick mouth, you know, shoot from the hip, but I know how to, now that she's older, she understands, wait, I have to be more emotional connected with my mate, so I don't hurt his feelings. You know, basically cut his nuts off. And I'm like, okay, some women don't know how to do that. They just, and that's because they mentioned. Damn, I'm kind of telling y'all a lot of this stuff, but because Mr. Sharp had asked her about you know, telling all your business to a female, and then, you know, she may be good in the second, third when you first meet, as you were saying about your, I'm assuming that was your second wife, right? And then but I didn't hear you say that she used a lot of stuff that you told her personally to hurt you. And that was something I dealt with in 2 relationships where, you know, you get vulnerable, you know, you crying and this and third, and you telling them personal stuff, and then y'all get into an argument, say 3 months later, they throwing that shit in your face. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm like, see, and this is one of the reasons why for most of my life, I've never told females personal stuff about how I grew up and, you know, certain things or whatever, because I know people are evil, man. They throw that shit in your face. It's like ammunition. And that's why I be saying, there's nothing that could really hurt me anymore. I've been embarrassed from as an adolescent. I used to get my ass whooped all the time outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, so between that as a kid and then, you know, just other stuff going on in my life, I'm like, oh, please, ain't nothing gonna hurt me. Shit, I got tough skin. I could tell you something that you may think that it hurt me, and then we get into an argument, you throw it in my face. I go, okay, whatever.
Right.
I brush it off. I done been through the embarrassment and the hurt already and the pain. I already cried. There's nothing, you know what I'm saying, you could tell me about myself or whatever that it'll hurt me no more. I just like, all right, whatever.
Well, here's one thing I'm a believer of,
What's that?
and I've heard in debates where it could have been women debating or whatever the case is, that they don't accept what I'm about to say now as something to consider. Biology has plays a pretty big role, right? As men, we have testosterone, more testosterone. We do have estrogen, but we have a lot more testosterone than estrogen, and that makes a big difference. Even trans men. By the way, just to be clear, a trans man is a woman that identifies as a male. Okay, we're talking about a woman that identifies as a male that I knew personally that was starting hormone treatment. So she was starting to take testosterone. The aggression came in. Okay, that testosterone made her / him aggressive. And that's one of the things, that I've always tried to convey in a conversation about the differences between men and women. You see, a woman may not think anything of getting up in a man's face, because maybe when they get up into a woman's face, the exchange is verbal. Although with man, you got that testosterone flowing, you come up in a man's face, you better be ready to throw those fists, because that's something that is part of what testosterone drives you to do, to get physical, to respond physically. Now, as we get older, we learn to control ourselves. We start accepting social norms, and we don't. It don't matter that it doesn't mean that we're not angry enough to knock your teeth out, but we control ourselves. We contain ourselves.
Exactly.
So coming up in a man's face as a woman and badgering and constant, that's not good. That's not good at all.
The thing is though, when they do that, they know for the most part, if you were to put your hand on her, she get bruised, where we going? Right down to jail.
We're going to jail.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Okay.
God.
So are you under the impression that that's the reason why they push it?
Yeah.
That's a question for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Chill. Go ahead, because I want to give a brief story, but go ahead.
I definitely feel like that they use it to their favor, whatever, to their advantage. My fault. Cause like I said, if they get any type of bruise and the cops show up, the man is going right down to jail. But then again, if you don't, and well, not you, but me personally, I've been in that situation where I had to bow down in that not bow down, but walk away in that situation, and now it's looking like I'm soft, like that. I lost respect because I walked away.
You know, it's crazy. Was you finished, Mr. Chill?
Go ahead, there, sir.
Nah, if you ain't finished, go ahead, bro.
Nah, I was done. All
right. When I used to live in Orange County, New York, right? Like I said, the female I was talking about a minute ago, I want to say her name, put all her business out there, but she had some issues, right? And eventually, my dumb ass, moved in with her, whatever. And then she told me afterwards, right? But I knew from the first few conversations we had before even moving in with her. But see, I was still young and I was out here, hustling and stuff. So it was convenient for me to be in her house because that's where I could make my money. Where my aunt and uncle lived at the time, because they just sold the house too recently or whatever. But it was far away. It was in the suburbs, way out there. So anyway, long story short, we got into a situation one time because she accused me of cheating, and I don't cheat. I've never cheated. But what wound up happening was I come in the house, from doing what I was doing in the streets, hustling, whatever, and we got into it. She took an ashtray that her little brother made her when he was like in kindergarten or something, cement ashtray, and threw. I'm on one side of the bed, she on the other side. So we arguing. I'm trying to take my clothes off, take a shower, whatever. And I'm like, look, first of all, I don't like to argue. My voice don't go up an octave like everyone else. If I start yelling, I lose my voice. So long story short, she took the ashtray and threw it at me. It just missed my left eye. And I said, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you putting yourself in the man's position, right? Because if you swing on me, I was always taught to swing back. Even though she didn't physically swing at me, she threw something at me and almost took my eye out. When I said that, she didn't even get a running start. She leaped over the bed and tackled me like a football player. And my head hit the
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 headboard.
radiator in our
Oh,
apartment.
okay.
So now our neighbors hear all this boom, 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 boom. And I'm trying to get her up off me because now I want to leave. Yeah, I can talk about it because I had drugs and guns in the apartment. I know the police is coming. Someone's calling the police. They
Right.
search this apartment. I'm going down. I'll probably be just now coming home. So, of course, that's what happened. The neighbors thinking I was whipping on her. The police
Right.
come. They open the door. My shirt is ripped. My lip is busted. And I did not put hands on. I'm trying to get, and they could hear, I hear them banging on the door. And I'm like, yo, I'm telling, yo, get off of me. Get off of me. I'm trying to get to the door. So I'm like, this is one of the times, well, a few times, well, it's the first time it happened, where I wanted the police. I'm like, please help me.
Right.
Like, I'm trying not to hit this woman. I'm trying to get out the house. A woman, she was saying, get out, but she's swinging on me. But then I'm trying to leave. She's like, no, you ain't going nowhere. You're going to be with this bitch. I'm like, I'm not cheating on you. Like, what is wrong with you? But she
Right.
has issues. She has insecurity issues.
Mhm.
And that's why, like I said, when you was talking, Mr. Burns, I was in the chat, I was eating and trying to be in the chat at the same time. I was like, I said, oh man, I got so many questions to ask you because I went through that stuff too, bro. Like, golly. That's all I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you.
So
Like, go
so
ahead.
I was concerned
Mhm.
and Elevated answered quickly and without a doubt that yeah, he does think that women are aware and that they use it to their advantage.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh, so if that's the case, listen to this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the post office and I'm talking to a friend. He's a bail bondsman.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's a bail bondsman. We're talking.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody's calling.
Okay.
He checks. He knows where the call's coming from. Tells me I gotta go. I gotta go bail this dude out. He just got out of surgery. I'm looking at him like, what?
Yeah.
What, this guy got shot by the cops or something?
Mm-hmm.
He got stabbed up by his woman.
Wow.
But listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
He got stabbed up by his woman.
Mm-hmm.
The cops show up. The ambulance shows up. He's on his way to emergency surgery. They're asking her what happened.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
She's telling the cops straight up, I got fed up with his shit.
Wow.
So I stabbed him up.
That's crazy.
Did he hit you? Did he touch you? No. You would think that she'd be the one that needs the bail.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. They didn't touch her. He's getting locked up.
Damn.
That part of the game I don't understand either.
He's getting locked up. So he's cuffed. So he's cuffed in a hospital bed in recovery when my homeboy shows up to bail his ass out.
That's
to put up the bond.
That's crazy.
This other dude that I met, he was in the supermarket. There's one of those orders, an order of protection.
Yeah.
He's in the back. He's in the back of the supermarket. The girl that his girlfriend that put an order of protection against him was with her friend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She don't see him, but her friend sees him.
Mm-hmm.
She calls the cops.
Wow.
He gets locked up because they're in the same area. He don't even know she's there. Cops show up, arrest him, lock his ass up for going against the order of protection. And he had no idea. He was clueless. And it was her friend that called.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
You know, because you mentioned the knife thing, right?
Yep.
That same chick I was just talking about when I used to live in Orange County, New York. Me We had many arguments, right? Check this out. She pulls a knife on me. This is the first time. I get the knife from her, right? I de-escalate the situation. So I told her, I said, you know what? No, because like I said, I was hustling at the time. So I'm tired. I was just out all, probably 12 hours or whatever, doing what I was doing, getting this money. I don't want to argue with you. So I get the knife from her. I'm like, yo, we need to go to sleep. I fall asleep. You know what I woke up to? 3 cops standing over the bed, one with a gun in my face, and I got the knife in my hand. So you know what that looks like.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah. I sat in Orange County, what is that county? Goshen jail.
Goshen.
Not the new one that they built that looked like Oz from the TV show. It used to be another one across the street from there. It was old, with the slam gate, boom, those. They had me in there for 2 months fighting it. Because when I heard you say something about fight, I was like, oh, I gotta tell you this story. I'm like, yeah. Because I'm like, yo, I don't want to cop out to this shit. It's bullshit. What y'all saw is not what happened. And I didn't, me, I'm like you said, I'm from the hood. I'm back here, now, taking care of my grandmother that has dementia or whatever. But I'm like, yo, I'm not telling, but I'm like, yo, man, she pulled the knife on me. I took the knife from her. And so I was like, look, let's go to sleep. I don't want to argue with you because I don't like to argue. But then she gets up out the bed and call the cops. And what they charge me with? What the fuck did they charge me with? Pardon me for cursing on YouTube. Holding someone on against their own will or some shit like that or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, are you
I
serious?
forget the name of the charge. Yep.
Yeah, I forget exactly too, but I know it was something like that. Like holding someone against their own will. I'm like kidnapping or some shit. I'm like, are y'all serious? That's why I said no. I'm not a cop out tonight. They was like, oh, you could just, you cop out now, and you can go home. I'm like, no. Went back to court another month. I sat in there 2 months fighting this shit. And then the craziest thing, every week she came and visited me. Huh?
You familiar with this guy, the lead attorney?
I can't see it on my phone, and it's not popping up on my laptop. And my laptop's still open.
Can you see it elevated?
Yeah, I can see it.
You familiar with him?
No, I'm not.
So the lead attorney is from Atlanta.
Okay.
He was an attorney for 20 years, and he's he also did divorces.
Okay.
Divorces. And he admitted straight up that when it has anything to do with women, you're going to get locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Innocent, you're getting locked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yes, the courts do favor the women.
The women, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Admitted by an attorney
Mm-hmm.
that used to do divorces.
Mm. You know what's sad? I mean, I get why they protect women so much. Because there is dudes out there that is 730. But there's also women out there that 730.
Oh, that's one of the problems. That's one of the things that motivate men to create content
Yeah.
about the abuse that goes on
Yeah.
with women, where women are the abusers, but the men don't get
no justice.
No, it's not a fair system against for men. It's not fair.
It's not.
It's not.
I'm gonna tell you 2 stories real quick. I don't remember what year this was, but I do remember this story. I was in Virginia. I can't remember what part of Virginia, right? And I'm sitting there listening to the radio, right? And I hear this story on the radio, which probably like happened like the day before. It was because it was in the newspaper the next day. And that's what made me buy the newspaper out there. The person was saying on the radio that there was a female rapist. She was raping dudes. She would go to clubs, put something in their drink, you know what I'm saying, follow them home, whatever, whatever, and at gunpoint rape dudes. So she, this particular individual, she didn't follow him home from a club. She actually just followed them. And so I guess it was a condo or what, I can't remember, so many years ago, but and at gunpoint she raped him. He was the only one that reported it to the police, and the police laughed at him and didn't take his statement serious. So what wound up happening, I'm probably getting the story a little bit wrong. If it wasn't CIA, it's the FBI, one of them that was above the police or whatever, right? You know, his local police in his area. It probably was the FBI, right? And he told them, and then they picked up the case. So when they did that, it wound up getting, you know, on the news. So then other men saw, no, because it was what do they call it, the sketch artist to try to
Mm-hmm.
find this woman.
Yep.
So when a sketch artist put out the, no, well, the I guess it was the Feds. Let's just say it was the Feds, right? The Feds put it out there like, yo, there's a female raping dudes or whatever at gunpoint or what have you. Like 3 other dudes called in and was like, yo, that's the same female that got me. So then it wound up, you know, the state police had to pick it up as well. Like, wait a minute, this dude was here like maybe a month ago, and he told us the same story, and we laughed at him and brushed it off. And I say, you know what? This is why most men don't report stuff,
Don't
because
say nothing, right?
we get laughed at like, oh, you a big man, like, oh, you let someone rape you. Let me tell you something. I'm gangster. But at the end of the day, you put a gun to me, you could have everything in my pocket. You could take the drawers off of me. I'll walk butt naked back to my house if you got a gun in my face.
Yeah.
Don't let me catch you later. But other than that, I'm gangster as hell. I look, please. But it's sad because they don't take us serious. Now, like I said, my grandmother is in another room now, right? She has severe dementia. And that's the only reason why I'm not driving trucks now. I stopped my life almost March of next year, be 4 years. I just stopped my life. I've been driving trucks 18 years. At the end of the day, one of our home attendants was stealing. They looked at it as petty, and I looked at it, no, stealing is stealing. You can't see in the court, and I had to explain this to somebody recently. I said, see, in the court of law, we have A, B, C, D, I think it's all the way up to F, felonies and misdemeanors. But in the Bible, a sin is a sin. Stealing is a sin. There's no there's no classifications. It's an A sin, a B sin, a C sin, or whatever. No, it's a sin. And not to get, you know, biblical or whatever, but at the end of the day, I was trying to tell this person something that I went to the police station. No, before I did that, I called the company and I told them what happened. You know, they didn't fire her. So I went to the police station, I reported, and they sat there and laughed at me too. And I'm just real brief, I'm gonna break it down. I went to the Dirty Six, as we call it, the 46th precinct, right? Because I heard you and I said, yeah, the Dirty Six. Or whatever. I used to hustle for them motherfuckers too back in the days, quiet as kept. And I'm glad they got busted because that motherfucker was greedy. That's a whole nother story though. We could talk about that later or another time. But I went there to go tell them what happened. And the dude said, well, my lieutenant
Anthony,
is busy
hi,
right
rocking
now.
with Cowboy.
What's up, yeah?
Just greeting some people.
Oh, okay. The lieutenant said, excuse me, the young officer that walked up on me because they was changing shifts, and it was a young dude. So I could tell he just got hired. So he didn't even have his shield on his shirt yet. So he was like, all right, my lieutenant busy or whatever, but as soon as he, you know, is not busy, I'm gonna tell him what's what or whatever, and we're gonna get you reported. He go tells another young rookie, and I could see him. I could see his lips, you know, and he's telling them what's what, and they laughing. So when he came back to me, I said, and this is the reason why. No, after he did that, he went and he talked to his lieutenant. His lieutenant said, I'm not putting that report in. I mean, come on, that's petty. So when he came back to me, and I could see him talking to his lieutenant, and I could read his lips as well. Actually, I heard the lieutenant what he said before he even came to me. So when he came to me to tell me what the lieutenant said, I said, okay. But I said, when you went over to your boy to tell him what I told you, I want to put a report in from this home attendant stealing from my grandmother. I said, y'all was laughing. I said, there's nothing funny about that. Regardless
Right.
of how you may look at it, it was petty that she stole some salt. She stole two bottles of salt, 2 tangerines, and some rice. Now you looking at it, that's petty, but stealing. And I
Right.
told him, I said, let me tell you something. I said, you don't know me. I said, but at the end of the day, I'm from the projects for real, for real. I don't even do this, bro. At the end of the day, I could have handled this my way. Then you'd have been coming to lock me up and y'all have been giving me life. This is why, and not just black men, men in general, do not want to report anything because y'all see and go, oh, that's a woman. Oh. No, stop doing that. Men
Right.
have feelings. And because when we do express our feelings, a lot of y'all, whether it be females or men, or in that situation, we don't even go there. In that situation, as far as police is involved, and I hope it's some police that's in the chat or listening and watching it, start realizing it's real. Stuff happens to us. Don't sit here with this, oh,
Well,
y'all acting emotional. Come on, man up. Stop crying about shit.
look
Because
at
when
my
we
look at
tell
my
y'all
look at my
something,
look at my ex mother-in-law. She did time for unaliving her husband.
mm, mm,
There are some women. Listen, my first wife,
mm-hmm.
she was boiling hot water to pour down my ear because I hid all the utensils, all the everything. I hid them. She was boiling hot water to
She's trying
pour
to kill
down
you.
my ear. I woke
She's
up to
trying to
go to
kill
the
you.
bathroom. She was at the end of the bed, motherfucking and everything, saying, "Damn
Mm-hmm.
it! If you would have only stayed sleeping for just a few more minutes."
Yeah, she would have killed you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why I know that. My first bid I ever did was in Virginia, right? Back in the late '80s. There was a dude, Caucasian dude, that I forgot what he did, but whatever he did, it was serious. And the police and the feds was looking for him because he didn't get caught for a while. He was shooting it out with the police and he's bouncing from state to state. Everyone was scared to talk to him. When I was in Roanoke, Virginia, um, one morning, got up, breakfast. Mind you, we saw him on the news, on the TV. So when he came into our unit, I said, "Oh shit, that's the dude that was on TV." So I don't get up for breakfast a lot of times, unless it's pancakes or whatever. So it just happened to be pancakes that morning. I sat right next to him, and we sitting there, and we eating. So you know me, I fear nobody. So I'm sitting there talking to him. And he told me that. He said, you know what? Which is crazy to this day. Because I got relatives that have been in the military. They told me some stuff too. And I was like, whoa, y'all shouldn't have told me that. But he told me this. He said, you could drill a hole in the top of someone's head and put scalding hot water right there in the top of their head and kill them. I said, no, I never knew that. But I'm looking at this Caucasian dude. I'm like, oh yeah, in every state he went to, he got 20 to life, 25 to life. Like he's never coming home because he done killed a couple of feds, a couple of police. He had just came from Tennessee and got a 20 life sentence and a 25 life sentence. And then he came to Virginia where I was at and they gave him the same thing. Then I think he had like either North or South Carolina, he had same thing. No, basically he was never coming home. This dude was determined. He was not getting caught. He was shooting out with the police, the feds, and everything.
Damn.
By the time he got to where I was at, he already had over 100 years. And he still had other states he had to go to deal with his consequences for shooting it out with the police and the feds and killing them. I said, oh shit. But the dude, I guess you would say he's a psychopath, but like I said, I forgot his initial crime would cause them to get on him. But he was determined he wasn't going back to jail or prison because he's been in jail. I mean, well, prison before. But the dude knew how to kill people and get away with it. Besides the fact he shot out with the police and the feds and killed a couple of them, but he was never coming home. But he told me that morning while we was eating breakfast. And I just looked at him. I said, oh, wow. Okay. I'm from the projects. You know, we just shoot people. I'm not sitting there plotting and planning. I'm going to drill a hole in your head and all this shit that he told me. I said, in my mind, I'm like, we don't do that. We just shoot you. That's it. Get it over with. Put you in the dumpster or something. I said, I've been locked up I did bid in 4 different states. I've been around some real killers. I'm talking about psychopaths. And I just sit there and I listen to them sometimes. I go, y'all think too much about killing. I'm not like that. If I got a problem with someone, I'll just shoot you. I'm not sitting here plotting and shit. And back then, and allegedly, I shot people.
Right, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. But back then, when I was hustling and stuff, I had to defend myself and my property. But back then, but I'm like, yo, I really been in prisons with individuals. They really out there. I'm talking about out there. The stuff they told me, I'm like, whoa. I would never do nothing like that. I don't think that far in advance. Like, and it's just, it's not in my nature anyway, you know.
Right.
But unreal. Yeah. Because for all that, my baby mama. No, let me stop. Hey, as someone asked you something, you said, no, I never get indicted. That's what I said. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, man. Sure. But
This
that's
is
all
all
my
for
past
entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
Entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment
That's
purposes only. Yeah. I mean, I'm a civilian, taxpayer civilian, man. Sure. The most trouble I get into now is, well, of course, I was just recently incarcerated for possessing an unregistered firearm as a convicted felon. But I was only in defense of my grandmother. That's all. Other than that, I wouldn't have had that on me. You know, or willing, motorcycle or 4-wheeler up and down the streets. You know, they're not legal to be on the streets, but that's not a felon. You know, it's a moving violation.
Right.
I don't get in trouble. You know, besides what was that, 2016 and 2021, and he was talking about the baby mama drama and stuff. And I was like, yeah, my baby mama lined me up, man. I said, God darn it. She got me, man. After
She
all
got
these
you,
years,
bro.
Yeah, man. She lined me up, man.
3 more minutes, guys. Or actually, 2.5 more minutes. 2.5 more minutes.
Okay.
But it's you ain't the only one that got a book and a movie to write on their life, man. Even though I did write a book on my life when I was 15, because I've been through a lot. I've been on these streets when I was 7. From 7 to 15. I've done a lot, been around a lot, saw it way too much. I shouldn't have saw it at a very young age. And I stopped for the age of 15 until 16. I got back in the streets and do what I was doing until about the age of 25 when I had my son. And then I just stopped altogether and been driving trucks ever since then. But I lived a life that people rap about or write books about. I'm like, man, that shit phony. I'll be laughing at a lot of stuff. I'm like, man, please, I really lived that for real. Like, that shit is entertainment. I really did live that. You know, but it's wild some of the stuff we go through, you know. But as far as the female, as far as the females, within the first conversation, and I shouldn't just say females, but I know there's females listening, they be like, no, I could say that about some of y'all men. Y'all crazy as hell too. Y'all got daddy issues and mommy issues too. That's true. That is true. I would not sit here and lie to y'all and say that I don't have them issues because my daddy got natural life. And my mama got multiple personalities. So I definitely got issues.
Compatibility.
Abandoned, what do they call it? Abandoned issues, right?
Abandonment issues. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Even though, my grandmother, my mother's mother, and then my father, both his parents, even though my grandfather is deceased, but his mom is still alive. Thank God too, because she's over 100 too. But
Oh wow.
I got issues. They raised me, but I still got issues because there's nothing like your own mother and father raising you. No disrespect to my grandparents or my aunts and cousins that helped raise me, but it's
Right.
nothing like your own mother and father. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you want to leave on that note, if you a stepfather or stepmother, be that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And raise them babies right, man. Because at the end of the day, I know what I went through, and I still struggle with a lot of those issues.
Right.
I got trust issues. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I always tell my two sons, and that's why I always joke. Well, not so much joke, but I tell people, no, I got 10 kids and 15 grandkids. No, I don't. I got two sons and three grandbabies.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like to say step because then people be like, when I get real deep in it, they go, wait a minute, your oldest child is how old? When you was having kids? When you was 12? I'm like, no. My baby mom was having kids at a very young age. But if I'm with you for more than a year or two, your kids is my kids.
Right.
And I've been in long-term relationships. 4 years, 5 years, 10, 15, whatever, right? So your
Yep.
kids are my kids, you
Yeah.
know?
Of
But
course.
I try to teach them right because I've been through so much as a youth, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So
Yep.
for all y'all step parents out there, continue doing the right thing, all right? Because if you know you went through some shit and you with somebody, help them raise them babies, man. Teach them, look, jail and prison ain't the place to be. It ain't the kicking spot. I know when I was young, growing up here in New York, I know our time is running out, but when I was young, it was stinking thinking, as I call it. I couldn't wait to get to Rikers Island. Spofford. I wanted to prove myself. Yeah,
Spofford.
huh?
Spofford.
Yeah. And it's crazy. I've never been to Spofford. Never.
Spofford
Never
was
even
wild.
been to Rikers Island until last year. Like I
Mm.
said, my first bid was in Virginia. I've been locked up here in New York, but I was released the same day or the next day.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was young and dumb, man, I wanted to prove myself so bad. And I was in the streets since I was 7. That's why I say, for all of y'all that are step parents and y'all been through some shit, tell them babies, man. It ain't cool. Don't be wanting to get no stripes, none of that shit. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna prove myself. Ain't nobody gonna take my sneakers and this, that, and third. I'm gonna cut someone. Nah, man. Ain't nothing cool about that. I got
Mm-hmm.
Let
stab
it
wounds
go.
on my body to this day, man. You know what I'm saying? That's one right there. I got one on my butt cheek. Pause. But I do. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? For fighting and shit. And thank God they know I cut this beautiful melanin. You know what I'm saying? But other than that,
What's
Hey,
good, Smoke?
Smooth.
it
All right,
is what it
so
is, man.
I'm gonna end it here,
All right, all right.
and I want to thank you, gentlemen, for coming up. I want to
Of
Yeah,
thank
course.
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
who popped in,
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
and it was educational for me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because hey, Smooth, because like the title says, help me understand why this matters.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay? And you guys help me out. Homestead, have a good night, Homestead. And
Good night, Roomstead.
like I said, it's not the genre that I focus on,
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
but it's definitely important, especially
Yes,
after all I
sir.
heard tonight. It's definitely important.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm. Before you sign off, can we get one night? Because I know you sounds like you a little bit of Mr. Burns. Can we talk about a man in a woman's position as far as getting married and staying married?
Well,
Ooh.
see that activated elevator right there. That should be the objective, because if family is as powerful a foundation as it is,
Uh-huh.
you should definitely, both men and women should have
Yeah.
that objective in mind.
Right.
It should be to marry and have children, raise the children.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Listen, I'm raised a certain way. My
Yes.
lady's raised a different way.
Amen.
We have some differences. There's some gray areas. There's some nuance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the main objective, and before you even get into all that, right,
Mm-hmm.
is the compatibility. You know, you get to know people.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's someone that you've known throughout a certain amount of time,
Mm-hmm.
not somebody that you met at a club. Because I don't recommend that. You know,
Yeah.
because the mask is on, right? The makeup, the tight
Mm,
clothes, booty
mm,
popping
mm,
out,
mm,
appealing
mm.
to a particular weakness that us men have. I'm going to say it's a weakness.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
You're appealing to a weakness.
Mm-hmm.
So that alone, for me, those are red flags right there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're dressing to impress,
Mm-hmm.
red flags for me, because you know why are you trying to draw attention through the man's weakest element? And
And it goes vice versa too, because men do it to females. We do it with the jewelry and the
well,
cars and clothes and the homes and the career and the education. But we before the New Year's come in, was put it on your community post. One day we're gonna sit down and we're gonna chop it up. And I want some females to chop in with these conversations too. Get their perspective as well too. I beg of y'all females, 'cause I know there's a lot of y'all in there and y'all just watching, y'all not saying nothing. Step up. So between now and New Year's, put in your community posts. One day we're gonna just
they
chop
should
it
come
up.
in. They should come
Yeah.
in, because I'll tell you, there's so many moments where I've
Uh-huh.
seen some women in my youth. I've seen women get together
Uh-huh.
with dudes that I thought
Mm-hmm.
they shouldn't have been getting involved with, but they get involved with them and they start complaining,
Mm-hmm.
and they approach you with that black eye after he beat the snot out of her,
Mm-hmm.
and you're wondering, well, there's so many other men out here that are good.
Yeah.
Why are you chasing
Why you
out
keep that
after
one?
the big boy? And there's a lot of
Like I
that.
said, yeah, and I know you gotta get some rest, so we ain't gonna get into that today. But put in your community posts before the New Year's come in, so we can
Yeah,
have that conversation. I want these females to chime in as well too.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
yeah.
Because I don't want them to, oh, they just giving a perspective. No, y'all give us y'all perspective on how y'all feel about some of us individuals that y'all dealt with in your past.
Right.
So then we can have some overstanding and we could build a community together and be more peaceful and loving on each other. Because I always say that there's
And
no
keep
reason
that
why
communication going, right?
there isn't exactly because there's no reason why none of us,
Elevated
male or
mentioned it.
female, need to be going to jail
Elevated
or prison
mentioned it.
for,
The
for
communications.
domestic violence or anything. If you got issues, deal with your issues. And let me just say this, and we're gonna end it on that, right? We all got issues, male and females, right?
Right.
There's nothing wrong with, in my personal opinion, right? If we recognize that, and I'll use myself as an example. After about a year or two, we're dealing with a couple of different situations
Mm-hmm.
that you need to get therapy for your personal issues. I need to get therapy for my personal issues. But then together, we need to have therapy together because it's the only way we're gonna survive. Other than that, if one person is willing to get help and the other person is not, then that means
It's not gonna
it's
work.
no need for me to be with you. Bingo, bingo.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. I'm gonna call you Mr. Childs, Mr. Chill, right?
Yep.
Exactly. So, like I said, please put in your own community section one day you just know, like I said, before the New Year's was had this conversation. I want the females to chime in too.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And with that,
You
we're
gonna
gonna
tell
call
the
it a
kitty
night.
to come on?
I want to thank everybody again for coming, commenting, participating, liking, all the good stuff.
Yep.
All right.
For all of that. And listen, guys, when I'm on, I always put my link up. You can always come up and you can dialogue right up here with all of us.
Yeah.
That's why I said people be afraid. I want them to really chime in. So we're gonna talk about that. A man and a female's position as far as building family and community. All right. Before the New Year,
guys. If you want to DM me at XL_. Hey, elevated. That's for real. That's really my.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really my guys. I know. Hey, it was one of those moments. Okay,
I bet it was.
Yeah, I have moments often. Yeah, but that's the yeah, that's the Lisa J. Stop. Hey, Lisa J. I want to thank you once again because I love your content. I love the professional layout.
Yeah.
And like I had said it before, I'm going to say it again. You make approaching the stock market a lot safer than what I do. But you make people feel welcome into the world of investing in the stock market, and I want to thank you for that. That is, I want to say that's the right thing to do. And hopefully, I'll be back on my game in another 2 years, and I'll be trading aggressively. Long term, of course, I do both. I do both long term investing and trading, and my trading skills are good. Not to show off or anything like that, but yeah, it is. Matter of fact, I just helped one of my subs close out her second. No, she didn't close out her second trade. I think we closed out the first one, and this one is going to expire worthless because I'm always on the sell side. In case anybody who's on here that knows about options trading, I tend to be on the sell side, and more often than not, I take my trades to expiration, so I don't pay a fee to close out. Usually, when you do options trade, you pay a fee to open, and if you're closing before the expiration date, you're paying a fee to close. It's not much. It's nothing significant.
It adds up, though.
It does. It adds up with time. But so long as you're minimizing your losses, you'll always be a winner. If you're trading options, minimizing your losses is the key. And don't forget, everybody, dress down and drive a bucket. Listen to what I'm telling you.
That part.
You don't want to attract the wrong crowd because they're out there pocket watching. And when they realize what you have and what you can do, man, listen. People you ain't never met in your life are talking about where you been at. Where I've been at? What the hell are you talking about? I don't even know who you are. Yeah, man, don't you remember? Listen, you don't even remember what are you talking about, man? Oh nah, but you look just like you know what? Stop right there. No. Oh, you got 115K miles on your car. Oh, keep it. Look, I know Lisa knows about Warren Buffett. Okay, Warren Buffett is one of my favorite billionaires to track.
Yeah.
And another thing, I always warn people, listen, don't get caught up on personality. Okay? Get caught up on personalities. I admire Buffett, but I don't follow everything he does. Okay?
Just like Bloomberg. I'm the same way with Bloomberg.
Yeah. Buffett, he doesn't buy new cars. Some people don't understand that because
Trump either.
they don't understand certain concepts of business.
Right.
Yeah.
Buffett doesn't buy new cars. Why not? He's one of the richest men in the world, and he doesn't buy new cars. What the hell is that? You're supposed to be showing off. No, because as a business transaction, that's a terrible business transaction. You're buying a brand new car that's going to lose anywhere between 20 and 30% of its value just by turning that key on. That's it. You're done. How is that a good business transaction? It's not. That's why he gets used vehicles. Well, people don't understand that because people don't understand money, but that's okay.
Or used car service.
Whatever. Yeah. So anyway, dress down, drive a bucket. If you're pursuing wealth, don't go showing that thing off. Because you become the turd and the flies come. They come right at you. Let it go. All right. This is it, guys.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I gotta use. I bought a pre-used S5 Audi.
That's the way to do it.
I bought it in 2016 with 47,000 miles on it.
You'll save on it. You'll save on insurance.
It's a 2014, but I bought it in 2016. It got 47,000 miles on it.
Yeah,
it came from Virginia, but I bought it at the Audi dealership at Route 4 out there in Jersey.
Yeah,
they still got the brand new smell on it.
You'll save on insurance. You'll save on registration for all those states that you have to register every year. You'll save on that because it's an older vehicle. You'll save on insurance because it's an older vehicle. And listen, stay fresh and keep it profitable out there. So good night, everybody. Thank you all. Good night.
All right. Good night, y'all. Later.